guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be part 2 in my makeup collection series. You guys seemed really excited to see my highlighters. The first one I posted was my blush collection. If you're new to my channel, be sure to link it below so you guys can check it out. So without any further rambling, let's get into this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Bye guys. So we're back to my little Zara Beauty spinning tower. I shared this with you guys in my blush collection video. This is great for storing makeup because it's easily accessible. These are the highlighters I reach for the most, so that's why I store them in this little guy. And let's get started. So up here I have mostly blushes and a couple of bronzers, but I do have one highlighter, and this one's from e.l.f. This is actually from their Baked collection. This one is called Moonlight Pearl. I remember buying this, I believe, on Amazon a couple summers ago. Absolutely fell in love with both the name and the color. It's a beautiful champagne. It's really complimentary. It looks great as an eyeshadow, as a highlight. It's just so intense, and it's only a couple dollars. Love this. I reach for it a lot, and I keep it up here. So the first highlighter on top is one of my absolute favorites. It's from the drugstore. This is from Maybelline. This is their Master Highlighting Blush in the shade Nude, but it's definitely a highlighter. It's way too light on my skin to really work as a blush, but as far as highlighting, it is gorgeous. It's intense. You can wear less and make it a little bit more subtle, but it's definitely buildable. It is gorgeous. I love the fact that you have rosy pinks, you have rose gold, you have shimmery champagne. It's just so pretty. You can wear it as a blush, but I prefer to wear it as a highlight, and again, this one is in the shade Nude. Below that is another favorite. This one is from the brand Pure Cosmetics. I picked this up maybe last fall and absolutely fell in love with it because it's so natural looking. It's called Afterglow. It's a beautiful, finely milled, really soft powder that is so easy to blend, and it gives you that nice champagne kind of glow from within, but it is definitely a buildable product, so you can go intense if you want to, and I reach for this so often. In fact, I love it so much that I actually have a backup. If you have been watching YouTube for a while, you've heard of this. This is the Essence Cosmetics Pure Nude Highlighter in number 10, Be My Highlight. It's a really pretty kind of peachy, almost bronzy looking highlighter, but on the face, it doesn't translate as dark as it looks in the pan. It's actually a lot softer, and it's very natural looking. It's a beautiful highlight. I love this one very much. And then another one from the drugstore that is a favorite is this one from Makeup Revolution. This is called their Vivid Baked Highlighter. This one is in the shade Radiant Lights. And the reason why I like this one is because it's a little bit more pink. It's less gold, less champagne. I don't have that many pink highlighters, so when I find one that I like to stick with it. And this is a really great one from the drugstore. Rather exquisite. And then I have the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish. I mentioned this in my highlighters worth the splurge. This one is called Soft and Gentle. It's a pinky highlight as well, but it's a little bit more of a rose gold. Really pretty, especially when you have more of a tan. I really like this highlight in the summertime. The powder is just so soft. And then I have this one. I don't know if it's technically a highlighter because it is a trio. It's from Hard Candy. This is called Glow All the Way, and in the shade Third Wheel. It has a baked bronzer, blush, and highlight, but because there is a highlight, I just kept it in this little highlighter section. I really like pairing the blush and highlight together. They're just really pretty shimmery products, and I like the fact that there are 3 products in one, so perfect for traveling. Then we have a blush from e.l.f., which is obviously not a blush because it's a champagne yellow gold shade. It's called Gotta Glow, and it's a gorgeous, very intense, amazingly radiant highlighter. Definitely affordable. And then we have my little shimmer bricks at the bottom. The first one is from Makeup Revolution. This is their Shimmer Brick in Radiant. I've talked about this so many times on my channel. I love it so much, and I use it for almost everything on my face, whether it's for eyeshadow or to highlight. I just really love it. It's an intense glowy product, and I like the fact that it's set up in these little shimmery bricks, so you can work with one color at a time or you can swirl them all together. Either way, it's a very beautiful product to work with if you want to highlight anything on your face. And then below that one I have the other 2 shimmer strips from Physicians Formula. The first one is Miami Strip. This one is pinkier and it has a little bit of a bronzy gradient towards the bottom. I like the pinky highlight. I think it's really pretty for fairer skin tones or when you're not as tan. And then underneath of that I have the Vegas Strip, which is a lot bronzier, a little bit more of a yellow gold tone. As you can see side by side, they're different. I think the pink one is more of an everyday go-to, but in the summer as my skin gets a little more tan, I'll reach for Vegas Strip, but I love both of them. They are pricey, $15 price tag. I think it's worth it to spend the $4 or I believe $5 on the Makeup Revolution one instead. I actually prefer this one more, but because these are kind of near and dear to my heart, they're one of the first things I bought when I started watching drugstore makeup videos on YouTube. I keep them in my collection. They are great products. I just think that the Makeup Revolution one is a little bit better. So let's take a look inside the second drawer of this vanity. So again, I have that same kind of tray setup, which I forgot to mention in my blush video. These little tray inserts are actually from the kitchen section of IKEA. They're super affordable. I think they're only like $3 or $4, maybe even less. Maybe they're like $1.99. They work really nicely because you have these little pockets that you can kind of stack your products in and just kind of organize it instead of just kind of throwing everything into a messy pile that you can't really access as easily. So I really like having these little trays because they make life just a little bit easier. So on this side is where I have, I guess, a more defined section of higher end products. This first little row has my Becca highlights. So I have one of the poured cream highlights. This one is an opal, soft champagne gold, and it's a cream highlight. It's so pretty. And then behind that I have 4 of the pressed powders from Becca. This first one is Champagne Pop, which is a really, really pretty kind of peachy bright gold. Then I have Moonstone, which is a lighter, kind of more champagne color. Then I have the pressed powder form of opal. So pretty. I love these as eyeshadows too. They're just so intense. This one is Rose Gold, which is a darker kind of pink highlight, which I think looks best in the summertime. It's really, really pretty. And it also looks really pretty as an all over body kind of highlight. Then I have some of the Too Faced highlighters, the old school Too Faced highlighters. This is Candlelight. It's really soft, but it looks great with fair skin tones. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's really, really pretty. And then I have the Too Faced Candlelight Glow, which is split into 2 pans of color. You have the pinkier highlight and then the creamy white one. They're pretty swirled together, but I think the white one looks better with my skin tone. But I like the fact that you get 2 shades. And again, like I said, I love mixing the 2 colors together. Then I have this Laura Geller Filter Finish Setting Powder. It's universal, but it has a whole bunch of different colors to neutralize things like dark circles or redness. And I have a whole review on this product on my channel that I filmed, I think, last year. So I will be sure to link it below if you guys are interested. It's a really, really pretty powder. Then back here, I have 2 of the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminators. I actually haven't used these yet. I have Peach Glow and Charming Pink. So I keep them in the box to remind myself to use them when I run out of this one, which is my absolute favorite, which is Gilded Honey. The most beautiful, intensely gold highlight of life. It's so soft and so easy to blend. And then back here, I have a single eyeshadow from Stila. This is Kitten. It's a really pretty pink eyeshadow, but I love it even more as a highlight. And then back here is where I have 4 of the Lorac Light Source highlighters, Twilight, Starlight, Daylight, and Moonlight. And this one right here, Twilight, is my favorite. Then moving to the middle, I have a couple of the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighters, and these are my 3 favorite colors that I reach for the most. The first one is this one called Monster. It's like a almost purpley pink. Then I have Flexitarian, which is a kind of darkish gold, and then Wisp, which is kind of like a caramel. Then I recently raved about this. This is one of the Revlon shimmer brick kind of things. It's in the shade Bronze Glow. I love this so much. So more intense than you would ever imagine. When I first picked it up and opened it, I thought this was matte. It looked so matte. It didn't look shimmery at all. And then when I swatched it and then when I put it on my face, I was blown away. Back here I have one of the City Color Intense Exposure Highlighting Powders. I don't know if there are any other shades. This is the only one I own, but I love how huge. Look at this. It's almost bigger than the palm of my hand. It is so intense. Check out City Color. I found these on Amazon for about $5. I have one of the Kiko, I think, Wet Dry eyeshadows. This one is a number 208. It's such a gorgeous, intense highlight, comparable to the Laura Geller Gilded Honey as well. So I keep that in here, even though it's technically an eyeshadow. It is my highlight. Back here I have the Maybelline Single Eyeshadow. Again, I use it as a highlight instead. This was recently released this spring. They launched a whole bunch of newer shades of single eyeshadows. This one is called the Glow Down. Again, another dupe for the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. Pick up Maybelline's The Glow Down. You'll get the same effect and it's awesome. Then back here I have a couple of the e.l.f. baked highlighters and one of their baked eyeshadows, Blush Gems, Pink Diamonds, and then this little eyeshadow is called Moonlight Serenade. Back here I have one of the newer Milani face highlights. This one is called Number 1 Afterglow. I don't think this is as intense as I thought it was going to be, but it is a really pretty powder if you're looking for something a little more natural, but it is really pretty packaging and I'm a big Milani fan. Then I have the Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive. I recently got this in a BoxyCharm. It is a gorgeous, intense gold highlight. I love it. Back here I have 4 Wet n Wild highlighters. These are their limited edition ones. I have the Sweetest Bling, Lilac to Reality. I mentioned these in a previous haul with swatches, and then Precious Petals and Crown of My Canopy. And then back here I have 3 more Ofra highlighters, but I haven't opened them yet, so they're kind of in the back. This first one is called the Blush Strips Illuminating. So you can kind of pick the color you want to work with, just like the ones from Makeup Revolution or Physicians Formula. These are the Dupe That highlighters. You Glow Girl and You Do You. So in the back of this drawer, I have a bigger size section here. So I tend to put the bigger size highlighters in here. And I kind of reserve these 2 sections for highlighters that are either too big to fit here, I haven't opened them yet, or I just simply don't reach for them as often as the ones up front. So I have filmed a little clip showing what's in here. So I'll insert that and show you guys what it kind of looks like back there, because it's kind of hard to take it out. Now let's tackle this little section here and we'll be done. So the first one I see is the Laura Mercier highlight. This is the Matte Radiance Baked Powder in highlight number 1. I love this. Again, I raved about it in the Highlighters Worth the Splurge. Great, great product. This is the sample size. I have the full size, but believe it or not, in over a year and a half, I still haven't hit pan. There's still so much left that I don't even need to open the full size yet. And then one of my absolute favorite highlighters is this Urban Decay Afterglow highlight in the shade Sin, the most gorgeous, intense champagne highlight you will ever need. If I were to get rid of all my highlighters and I can only pick one, it would be this one. I recently got this liquid highlighter from BoxyCharm. It was a collab with Temp 2. It's really, really pretty, especially in the summer. It just gives this nice glow from within. This one actually came in an Ipsy bag. It's by the brand Luna Cosmetics. I never heard of it before. It's in the shade Calypso, and the reason why I like it is because it has a little bit of a lilac hue to it, which is really different, and it's actually really pretty on the skin. I have one of the J Cat Beauty Triple Crown Baked Shadows. This one is in Dulce de Leche, and I love it as an eyeshadow, but I love it even more as a highlight. It is so beautiful, and the more and more I collect highlighters, the more I realize you don't have to spend so much money. You can do fine at the drugstore. Honestly. I have one of the Maybelline Master Strobing Sticks. This one is in medium, I believe. Yes, number 200. It's a gorgeous champagne cream highlighting stick. I love it so much. And then I have one of my other favorite highlighters. Again, an eyeshadow from the drugstore. This is the Milani Bella Eyes Gel Powder Shadow Single thingies. I love these. They're so affordable and amazingly pigmented. This one in chiffon is so pretty. It's a very light yellow champagne gold color that is the most intense, pretty highlighter I've ever put onto my face. And then back here, I store the little cream highlights that I have. Stila and Kitten, again, a pretty pinky highlight, but this time it's in the cream form. I have 2 of the matte cream color bases, supposedly cream eyeshadows, but I use them as face highlights, and they look really nice if you apply them first and then apply a similar powder highlight on top of them because it'll stick just that much more. And I have them in the shade Pearl, which is a more kind of yellow gold, and Shell, which is a pink. And then last but not least for the creams, I have the Essence Cosmetics So Glow Cream to Powder Highlighter in the shade Bright Up Your Life number 20, which is again a really pretty pinky cream highlight. Over here I have some more of the palette style highlighter sets. I made a little space for them because they are larger. So this first one is from Flower Beauty. If you don't have this, run to Walmart or go on the Flower Beauty website and get it right now. This is the most spectacular, a lot of bang for your buck highlighting palette you could ever splurge on. There are swatches and a review of this, and one of my previous drugstore hauls. Love this so much, and the brush actually works really well. Then I have the Strobe Genius from NYX, another great drugstore palette. This one's pricier. I think the other one was like 10 or 12. This one's $19, but it's still worth it. You get 7 highlighters. They're all intense. You have a bunch of colors to choose from, and they all blend so beautifully, and they all really give you nice pigment. Then I have this little Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Gold Bar. It's limited edition. I feel like it's a little bit hard to get the product out of here, but I didn't want to get rid of it because it is limited edition, and I have tried using it with Fix Plus eye drops or even just applying over my setting spray, and it intensifies, so that's why I hold on to it. And I love the fact that it looks like a little gold brick. And then last, I have this e.l.f. Illuminating palette. It has 4 beautiful highlighters, and it's perfect for traveling. So that's it, guys. That pretty much wraps up my highlighter collection. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks to those of you that requested it. But in the meantime, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to let me know your video requests below. I will see you guys in my next video.